This conference will now be recorded.
So we are talking about the trade finance, and also we have seen the basic prerequisite in order to fulfill the trade finance is material management. Why? Because it's without purchase order, we cannot proceed with trade finance applications. So that is the reason in the last session we discussed about MM, and also we created the purchase order at the end of the day. So this is the procedure which we had followed. Okay. And in today's session, so I'm going to start with the product, purely come to the treasury part again. In the treasury part, we are going to start with trade finance, and we are going to create two types of products, which is a part of trade finance application called LC, letter of credit, and also the bank guarantee. There are two types of products which is available in this only in S4 HANA Finance. So according to this product, first let me discuss about the product and then we will go to the configuration. So this product is not available in existing R3 or any other versions. Only it is available whenever you upgrade with S4 HANA applications. Listen carefully. So when we are talking about the trade finance application, here normally what we are doing is we are following with the step-by-step configuration, which we know in the previous sessions that what we have discussed. The same procedure we are following here, and we are creating the product type. So we are going to create the product type. We are going to create a transaction type. We are updating the flow type, and also we are updating the condition types. So like that, we are going to activate. So there is some bodies are there which we need to activate. In fact, we are not activating, our technical team will activate. So along with this, we know very well in general settings, we required organizational setting, transaction management settings, correspondence settings. So these are quite common feature. But for the trade finance applications, we don't require any accounting information. Why? Because is all the accounting information will be carried forward from the point of material management. So we don't require any accounting to be updated in trade finance applications. So this is one point. And the other point is, say for example, if you are talking about the fresh system, that means if previously we don't have any S4 HANA solution, now we are implementing the S4 HANA for the first time in our organization. So if you are migrating, so actually this is not purely the part of treasury, but we need to understand. So when you are talking about the migration, normally the finance people will migrate from the existing R3 FI and CO to S4 HANA Finance. After this was implemented, that means, say for example, your company is planning to implement the S4 HANA with migration project. Previously, they have R3 and also they have FI topics are there. So as well as they have a treasury operations is there. That means the complete structure of the configuration is available in existing R3 for finance and treasury management. Now they are planning to move into S4 HANA. In this case, normally in the system landscape replication tool, that means so this migration tools, we call it as migration tools. By using this migration tool, so you can directly replicate every data of treasury management into S4 HANA. So it will directly come because there is no change in the business partner concept. There is no change in the money market. There is no change in the foreign exchange. There is no change in the securities or derivatives. So as usually, whatever the data it is there in existing R3, it will come into the S4 HANA. So you can use it. But when you come across with the trade finance, this is not updated in existing R3. So that means in existing R3, we are going to create this trade finance applications under the part of securities. So what you need to do is now it's a separate instrument. So in the migration steps, so this I will explain after end of the training. So, but I am going to show you how it will work. So because the migration requires some separate scenario. So here you can see. So preparation under migration documents to trade finance. That means what data I want to migrate from existing R3 to trade finance application. See here, set migration needed, and also the product type. So that means the sales documents to financial document type with product type. So like that, set bank function for advising bank. So as well as banks with business partner, map company code and trade finance. So like this, some settings are there. So which we need to fulfill. So like that, if you come across with the data migration also, there is a migration for financial documents to trade finance. So this also you need to run. So whenever you run this, all that functionalities, whatever it is there in existing R3 that has been updated to trade finance application. But in this case also, if you want to run these things, first of all, we require the complete setup of trade finance product. So that means the implementation and functionalities which we are discussing right now is helpful in two ways. One is if you are in a new company and if you are implementing for the first time of treasury management, especially trade finance, you need to understand step by step. And if you are talking about the migration, in this case also, the company is migrating from existing R3 to S4 HANA. So in this case also, step by step of trade finance applications is mandatory. So after that, along with this, we need to run the migration steps. Close it. You got my point?
Yeah, yes, but you'll be explaining the migration steps later, right?
Because migration has a separate functionalities. Directly, you cannot learn it.
Oh, okay, okay.
That we will see in a separate session. So
Oh,
now
okay.
there is a functionality. That's what I'm trying to say. So most of the people we think just like money market, foreign exchange, we are doing the configuration. That's fine, but this is only one part. There is one more part is there in the migration for trade finance especially. So if you want to know that, so you need to learn the complete migration. That we will see on the last step of the training.
Okay.
So now come to when you are talking about the migration also, learning of step by step of trade finance is mandatory and implementing of the trade finance is mandatory. Come to trade finance.
Okay.
So here we can see product types. So normally, if we talk about money market, we have money market products is there, such as fixed term deposit, commercial paper, certificate of deposits like this. When you come across with the foreign exchange, there is no specific product types are there. So directly we are going to update this and transaction types. So investment, borrowing, so like this we have seen. So when you come across with the trade finance, under the product types, we have two types of product types are there. One is bank guarantee and another is letter of credit. Two things are there. So SAP has already given the standard product types for this 8LC, 8BG. So what you can do is just copy this. Don't create. Go to copy and change the product type as per your requirement. Say for example, this is a bank guarantee. So what I am doing is HBG bank guarantee. Product categories of two types. One is bank guarantee and letter of credit. So it has taken that bank guarantee. Click enter. So when you are talking about bank guarantee, this point is not there. That means transfer of trade finance category is not there. So because bank guarantee is always one, so which directly the clearing bank account will come into the picture. But when you are raising the letter of credit, HLC, letter of credit, product category is letter of credit. But here there are two things. Letter of credit, stand letter of credit. So letter of credit means in most of the cases we don't use this. Why? Because is letter of credit means so if you create any LC and directly if you submit to the vendor without any bank guarantor, in that case we are going to take as letter of credit. But if you have the bank guarantee as a mediator, as per the trade finance is concerned, the main purpose is the bank guarantor is the security which on behalf of the customer as well as vendor. So in that case, we need to select standby letter of credit. What it is standby means this letter of credit is standby based on bank guarantee. Click enter, save it. come back.
If we have bank guarantee, do we record still? Do we record a letter of credit?
Yeah, because letter of credit which we have raised. Say for example, I am a customer.
Okay.
I am purchasing some commodity from vendor. So we directly without bank guarantee, I am purchasing from vendor. In that case, we don't require the bank guarantee. So
Okay.
directly you can create it. Only LC is required. So
Okay.
when you are talking about bank guarantee, say for example, I am depending on the bank. That means I am raising a letter of credit to the bank instead of vendor, and the bank is issuing that, and also it is forward to the vendor. Vendor deliver the goods. After that goods was delivered, then the banker is going to issue the amount to the directly to the vendor. This is called bank guarantee. So that means
Okay.
in between customer and vendor, the banker is the mediator, who is the guarantor in both the parties. So in such case, the letter of credit is always standby based on bank guarantee. Got my point?
Yes. Yes.
So most of the times when we are purchasing a commodity, we will follow this scenario. Because why we required only for commodity? Can you tell me?
Because commodity is something we need to buy on credit, or it's an agreement where we need to
Yes,
get
yes,
this
that's an
product.
agreement only. Okay, fine. But why it is only on commodity? Because, say for example, you purchase some product, some raw material or else anything material from China. You are in India. Okay.
Okay.
So this commodity need to transfer from China to India. When they are going to export the good, the weight of the commodity is different. When we are going to import the good in India, the weight of the commodity is different. You know that,
Oh, so,
which is called
how
shipping
how
rules.
it can possible when we do the
There are
agreement,
two
we
types.
put this is the weight, right? So
One
one.
second. Let me.
Uh,
So there are 2 points are there. Two
uh-huh.
types of materials are there. One is permissible material, non-permissible material. So that means in simple words, I will tell you, spoiled goods, non-spoiled goods. Say for example, if you take metal, metal
Mhm.
doesn't spoil.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
there is no difference in the weightage.
Right.
Whatever they uploaded. So now we are importing the same. There is no
Right.
change. But
Right.
some goods which we are going to import, say for example, wheat.
Mhm.
So when they are going to update this, so and when we are importing this, there is some weightage difference is there in both the cases.
Huh.
Okay, that means this is completely depend on commodity. Commodity means there are two types of commodities are there. One is spoiled goods, non-spoiled goods. For spoiled goods, the weight of the export and import will be different. And for
Right.
non-spoiled goods, there is no weight difference.
Hmm.
So because of these reasons, the bank is the guarantor here. Directly, we are
Right.
not purchasing. So, say for example, the vendor is in China and the customer is in India, which I am
Mhm.
purchasing the good. So the
Mhm.
vendor is saying the vendor is saying that he has updated, he has that means he exported that 100 bulks of the material. Now, when I
Mhm.
was importing this, only 90 bulks of the material is there.
Mhm.
Who is the responsible person for this? So there is some security is required.
Right.
So there is
Right.
some we
Guarantees.
call we called it as
So.
that's there is one word is there. So I forgot that word. So
Oh,
actually, so when they are going to export, how much goods they had updated. So if they lose some good, who is the insurer? So all these things are specified in that letter. That will be sent to the bank guarantee from the vendor side. So from the customer side also, we are going to send the letter to the bank guarantor. So based on these two things, bank guarantor is the middle, and also they are going to settle it. That is the
okay.
reason we required this. Then
Oh,
come
okay.
to
Okay.
transaction types. Define number range. See here again,
Just
define number range, define
yeah. One.
transaction. Yes.
So, you mentioned for vendor side also they will send a bank guarantee to the bank, right? So, That part I
Not
didn't
bank
get it.
guarantee. That is called shipment. There is one word is there. That one letter is there. So that is what I
Uh,
forgot. Actually, they are going to
oh,
send when they are going to ship the goods. They are going to send the.
uh,
1 second, I will recollect.
uh,
There is one letter is there. Not bank guarantee, not letter of credit. They are going to send that.
okay. So bank guarantee, bank will send to the vendor. Based on that, vendor will deliver the products to the customer,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Once the material is received, then we are going to submit to the bank. So the
Wha-
banker going to release the payment.
Once goods is received by the customer, what we will submit to the bank?
So we are going to send that confirmation
Oh, we
because
will
letter
send
of
the
credit is already sent. We are going to
okay,
send the
okay.
confirmation.
Okay, we will send the confirmation to the bank. We have received it.
Yes.
Then what is the next steps? What will?
They are going to release the payment to the vendor.
Okay, okay, okay. All right.
So come to transaction types. Here there are two types of transaction types is there. Define number ranges, define transaction types. So we don't have underlying number range, right?
Yeah.
Normally, if you take
Sorry.
foreign exchange
Actually,
or anything,
I have one more question. So you mentioned for material like wheat and all, there is a chance for while importing loss of weightages and all. So in that case, we require a intermediary person like a bank. So, but for metals, there is no weightage loss. So still, we need a
yes, still also we are
replace.
going to follow the same. Only the thing
Okay.
is whether the weight difference is there or not, we are submitting to the banker.
Huh. Okay. Okay.
Say for example, you are buying some petroleum from the Gulf countries. Most of the
Uh,
things this is happen. So when you are buying the from the Gulf countries, so we don't
mhm.
have the security in the middleware long time ago. So because of this, whatever the importing, so some difference is there because the this petroleum will evaporate in
Ah,
some cases.
huh.
So that weight difference will come. So who is the person responsible for this weight difference? Some
Oh, okay.
insurance is required. That insurance is provided by the banker.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Got it. Impressive.
Then enter the company code, create the number range interval, whatever we required, and save it. Define transaction types. In the transaction types also, so you can see bank guarantee. Here, issue receiver. Two things are there. In both the cases, the LC as well as bank guarantee, issuer is there, receiver is there because it is trading in between both the parties.
Right.
So copy this, change your product type. So, HLC transaction type. Transaction type is not there. Okay, no problem. I will create this. 100 letter of credit issue. Letter of credit.
So two transaction types, issue and receive, right?
Yes.
So letter of when is the scenario when we receive the letter of credit?
Wait. After this, I will explain.
Okay.
Applicant. Transaction number range. Processing category. Like that. HLC 200. Letter of credit, receiver, beneficiary. See, let's take from the letter of credit. So the letter
Okay.
of credit, who is going to issue? I am going to issue the letter of credit. Who is the issuer? I am the applicant. I am the applicant
Applicant.
which I am going to issue the letter of credit. So
Okay.
the letter of credit issuer, who is named applicant, is going to issue the letter of credit. So I am
Right.
going to create an order, contract, and settlement in my system. So then
Okay.
number two, letter of receiver. Who is the receiver? The beneficiary. In this point, the beneficiary is the banker. So I am going to send the first banker and then vendor. So once it is
Oh,
get released. So letter of
oh,
credit receiver. Who is the receiver? Beneficiary. Who is the beneficiary means vendor. First is banker, after that vendor.
okay.
Like this, copy, bank guarantee, HBG. So letter of credit, bank guarantee issue. Who is the issuer in this case?
Bank. Sorry, bank guarantee should be issued by the bank, right?
Bank guarantee, to whom they are going to issue?
Vendor.
Let us think once. To whom on behalf of, see,
Oh,
I am a customer, I am issuing a letter of credit to the banker. So first the banker is going to receive it and then it is delivered to the vendor. So vendor is the beneficiary. So the
huh.
bank guarantee is work on behalf of the customer first. So the bank guarantee, the bank who is going to issue the bank guarantee as a letter, that is applicable to customer first, not vendor.
It's applicable to the customer. Uh,
First it will applicable to customer. Then again they are going to send to the vendor side also. Who is the beneficiary in this case? Vendor is the beneficiary.
okay. Okay.
Bank guarantee receiver. Who is the receiver? Bank guarantee receiver.
Receiver should be vendor only, no?
That is why beneficiary is the vendor.
Okay.
Save it. Now see, again come back. So let's take letter of credit. So in the letter of credit, who is the issuer? I am the issuer. Who
Okay.
is going to receive? I am the applicant who is going to create a letter of credit.
Right.
So who is going to receive it? Banker is going to receive it. And then it will deliver to the vendor. So finally, vendor is the beneficiary. So letter of
Right.
credit, issuer, and also letter of credit, beneficiary. So both we need to create.
Okay.
Letter of credit
Okay.
issue. One second, one second. Letter of credit issuer. One second. Letter of credit receiver. Letter of credit receiver is the beneficiary. This is clear. So then again, bank guarantee. So the bank guarantee issuer, who is issuing the bank guarantee? Banker is going to issue. On behalf of whom? So customer. So the applicant. Then
Okay.
once the goods is received, after sending the confirmation letter, is releasing the payment. Who is the receiver in this case? Vendor. Finally, who is the beneficiary? Vendor is the beneficiary.
Yeah, bank guarantee will be received by the vendor.
Both sides, customer as a issuer and vendor as a beneficiary.
Okay.
Come back. Then come to flow types. Assign flow types, transaction types, and trade finance transaction. So first define flow types, trade finance transaction. One second.
But basically, transaction types are the two types only, right? Issue and receive.
Yeah, issue and receive. So because we are raising the letter of credit. From the banker side also we need to record.
Oh, that's why we have 4 line items.
Yes.
Okay.
Assign flow
Okay.
types to transaction types. So now what you can do is identifying these flow types is very difficult from your side. So what you can do is, so here take bank guarantee first. Bank guarantee 100 with flow type. Like that, bank guarantee 100 with the flow types. Whatever it is there, just copy.
Mm.
Like that from issue side also, 200.
So what is the flow type here?
I will tell you. After copy, I will tell you.
Okay.
Copy this and change the product type. HBG. See, one is principal increase, principal decrease. HBG.
It's BG. Yeah.
Then fees on total amount, fees on presented amount, fees on available amount, fees on overdraft, payment obligations, acceptancy payments, remaining credit amount, other charges. Again, in the reverse mode, that is 200 transaction, HBG, principal increase, HBG, principal decrease, total payment, payment obligations, other charges. See, if you come across with the flow types,
Mm-hmm.
one is principal increase.
Mm-hmm.
The same you have assigned. So product is same, bank guarantee, and the transaction types of two types. One is bank guarantee issuer, bank guarantee receiver. So
Mm-hmm.
in both the issuer and receiver, principal increase, principal decrease, fees on total amount, fees on presented amount, fees on available amount, fees on overdraft amount, payment obligations, acceptancy of the payments, remaining credit amount, or in any charges is there other charges. So these are the flow types.
But here, what we mean by principal increase, when we issue or
You
receive
are
a
posting
bank
the
guarantee.
transaction. So now, normally you are going to post the transaction. Whatever the transaction you are posting, that will be updated as principal increase. That means buying. So principal decrease, selling. So fees on total amount. So that means whatever the fees we are paying, so to the banker, that is fees on total amount because he is the receiver. So fees
Oh,
on
okay.
presented amount, fees on available amount, neither this nor this. Fees on overdraft amount, whatever the overdraft we are raising, so based on that, the amount, the fees will be chargeable.
Why the fees on presented amount and all? Why it is, why there is a
Neither,
fees?
neither this. So that means these are all optional. It's not mandatory. Fees on total amount. If they are calculating fees on total amount, then they are going to charge like that. Fees on presented amount. So if they are going to charge presented amount, then it will applicable. Fees on
Mm,
available amount. Neither
mm.
total amount nor presented amount or available amount.
Is it a fee being paid to the bank or something?
So yes, we are paying the fees to the bank and the banker is the
Oh,
receiver.
oh, okay, okay.
So like this, what you need to do is come to letter of credit, LC. First save it.
Here counterparty will be bank, right?
Yes, counterparty is the banker.
And issuer, here the issuer is not there.
Issuer is not required here because
Oh, okay.
we are purchasing on behalf of the banker.
Oh, okay. Then what about the party vendor is not have don't have any role, partner role.
Two things it will play. So neither from vendor side nor from customer side. Two times we need to post the transactions.
No. What I'm saying is here our business partner counterparty is bank.
Hmm.
Then what is there any partner role for vendor from which we exactly buy this
Yes,
product?
that's what we are saying. Vendor issuer is also required. That is coming from vendor
Okay.
side.
Oh, okay.
So that is the
All right.
reason we need to post two times.
Oh, okay.
Copy this, change your product type. In this case also, principal increase, principal decrease, fees on total amount. This is the paying
Mm,
because we are paying.
okay.
Fees on available amount.
So in this case, we are defining the scenarios for buying and selling as well, right?
Yes, both.
Uh,
Because both we need to act as from our side only.
correct. Yeah. If you compare with security, I think trade finance is bit more complex, right? Probably.
It's not complex. We need to understand.
Huh.
Come back. Now, once this is done, come to
Huh.
condition types. Again, condition types is there. So, if you go to the foreign exchange, there is no condition. If you go to money market, the condition is interest. So, if you go to securities, the condition is dividend, bonus, and interest. So now in derivatives also we have a condition which is called that forward rate agreement. So now also we have a condition type. What is the condition type here? Define condition type, execute. Here you can see fees on total amount, fees on presented amount, fees on available amount, fees on overdraft amount. These are the conditions, right? Which we
Okay.
are paying.
Okay.
So assign condition type to transaction types. You need to assign in both the cases, bank guarantee and letter of credit, because one is the payer and another is the receiver.
Hmm.
First copy bank guarantee. B H
HBNG.
then save it first, then come back, take the letter of credit, HLC. One or two times, if you follow this, you can easily understand.
Okay.
Only the major thing plays in between the letter of credit, which is issuer, and letter of credit receiver, and bank guarantee.
Okay. Bank guarantee also issuer and receiver, right?
Yeah, he also act as a issuer and receiver.
Huh.
Come back. So now once this is done, here you can see document types, define document types. So why we require the document types means actually this is recorded in the FI side. So whether you define or not, that's not a problem, just leave it. So like that body. So this we need to activate. In fact, we don't have the rights to activate this body. We need to ask our technical team to activate this. Letter of credit period condition enhancement. That means when you are going to maintain any period, for that we require the enhancements part. Because of this, what you need to do is we need to send this to the technical team, and the technical team is the responsible person to activate it. Then
But
def
it should be activated at the time of migration itself, right?
no. As a default, it is not activated. We need to ask the technical team to activate it because bodies are not defaultly activated anywhere. Physically, we need
Oh,
to activate. Then
okay.
define condition type for payment and presentation period. Execute. So go to new entries, take 01. It is already there. No need to maintain this. Presentation period condition, payment period condition. Any one of this we are following. That means payment period condition means after the receiving of the payment, after receiving of the good, we are going to make the payment. Presentation period means when you are raising the letter of credit, it will update. For both the things we require for format, it is already given. So in the system environment itself, they had already mentioned this. No need to create anything from the here. So this is for the letter that what we are raising, the format which is updated.
Okay.
Come back. Because just like a dunning letter, we need to raise here also.
Okay.
Then define rejection reason for LC presentation in case if you are going to reject it. So in that case, we are going to update. So or else if the banker is going to reject it, in that case also we need to update the reason. So I created as insufficient balance, or else you can directly go to new entries, you can create any reason.
Okay. Okay.
So define bank guarantee types. So advance payment guarantee, and bank guarantee based on letter of credit. So this is also given in the SAP. So in most of the cases, we are going to use advance payment guarantee. That means we are the customer, we are requesting the banker. So the payment, the advance payment is raised by the banker to the vendor. So bank guarantee is the required here. This is also given, no need to create anything. So then activate integration with S4 HANA sales. So from the sales side also we need to activate. Enter your company code. Most of the times this will not directly activated. Product type HLC. Transaction type 100 with integration. Directly you cannot activate
Why?
because there is one body is there, so which we need to activate. Okay, so this is the procedure that what we need to follow from the trade finance point of view. Then come to general settings. In the general settings, organization is not required. Directly come to transaction management, define field selection. Authorization is mandatory always. New entries, take your product type, HLC, company code, HBG. Select the letter of credit, assignment to transaction types. There are two, letter of credit issue, letter of credit receiver. Select this issuer, assignment of activity categories. From the issuer, only order contract we need to assign. Order contract rollover. Order contract rollover. Three things we can assign. That means when we are raising the letter of credit, so you can create a order, you can create a contract, or you can roll over the existing contract.
Okay.
Then receiving. When you receive it, letter of credit receiver. In this case, order expiry, contract settlement, rollover settlement. Save it. Then come back again. Take the second product, assign transaction type. In this case also issuer and also receiver.
So order settlement or rollover settlement, will there be any payment happens at that time?
Yes, rollover is nothing but actual transaction is happened today. So with the same one day and also the amount. So the same transaction with different date, but the transaction is same. In that case, we call it as rollover.
No, no, no. I'm asking, I'm telling from the receiver point of view, we do the rollover settlement or um,
See,
contract
rollover.
settlement.
First of all, we need to understand what is rollover. When
Huh.
you are raising the letter of credit, you are raising one letter of credit, and that will be forward to the banker, and the banker is going to settle the payment to the vendor. This is what the transaction is happening. So
Okay.
again, on one fine day, you want to add the amount to the existing letter of credit. In that case, you cannot change it, right?
Right, right, right.
In that case, what we will do is we will roll over it. The actual transaction is roll over, and again it is resubmitted.
Okay. 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 But one side we do order contract and rollover. The other side they will do
Settlement.
order expiration or contract settlement. All right. So in the
After
contract,
receiving, yeah, after receiving, so they are going to order expiry or contract settlement. Who is going to say the person who is receiver? Once he
huh,
received, he is making the payment. So contract has
payment.
been settled, right?
Huh, that's why my question is. At the time of settlement, they will make the payment, right?
Yes.
Uh, okay.
That is the reason you are going to assign this. Say, for example, issuer, order
Okay.
expiry, contract settlement, rollover settlement. So once this is done, come back to authorization. Release, adjust copy workflow template, don't change the role, create. Create individually. LC, product type, HLC, transaction type, current approval level, release approval level, company code, come back, user, then again create, bank guarantee, come back. So once this is done, go to correspondence. In the correspondence activities, again you can see define correspondence activities, trade finance. Execute this. So we don't require payment management and account management in this case.
Okay. So this correspondence is being done with the bank, right?
So
Or
we
the
are
vendor.
raising the correspondence. No, no, no. We are raising the correspondence. Banker is also raising the correspondence.
Okay.
Product
But the
category.
template we create being used by from our side, right?
Yeah, letter of credit is from our side. Bank guarantee is from banker side.
Okay.
HLC. Transaction type 100. issuer, activity category, order. Either you can take order, contract, and settlement in all the cases.
Okay.
Counterparty, correspondence class. I will create it. No need to create from your side. You can use it.
Mm.
So letter of credit. Letter of credit is whenever you raise the issue. So order based on the order. So counterparty and also the letter will be updated. So
Okay.
like that. Select it. Copy it. Letter of credit. Transaction type receiver. Then letter of credit. No, no, bank guarantee. Bank guarantee. Issuer. Bank guarantee. Receiver. Come back. Now, in this case, we don't require the accounting settings anymore because all the transactions will be takes place. So directly from the material management side, whatever the account determination you have done. So not from the trade finance.
Okay. Okay.
So these are the things that what you need to take it into consideration while we are updating the trade finance as a product. The whole role will play in between issuer and bank guarantee, issuer and receiver.
Okay. Uh, so you mentioned accounting part takes part as part of account determination. So what the transaction happens? It's normal transaction, goods issue or goods receipt and
No, no,
invoice
no, no,
receipt.
no, no, no,
All
no.
those.
So whatever the transaction we are raising, so we are raising on behalf of the purchase order. So already you
Uh-huh.
done the account determination for purchase order. Based on that,
Okay.
the accounting data will be get updated, not directly, because here the product is commodity. Material
Okay.
posting is required, not from the
Okay.
trade finance point of view.
Okay. So in trade finance, the main role is trade finance is to issue or receive a letter of credit
You
or
need
bank
you need
guarantee.
to understand who is the issuer, who is the receiver. So first, if is the issuer is customer, that means let us say from my side, I am
Uh-huh.
issuing the letter of credit to the banker. Who is the receiver?
Okay.
Banker is the receiver. So once the payment is get released, who is the receiver? Then the receiver becomes a vendor. That means finally the customer is the issuer, vendor is the receiver. So from the
Right.
bank side, from bank guarantee side, let us think. So to
Uh-huh.
whom he is going to issue the letter of who is to whom he is going to issue the bank guarantee? To the customer first, and
Right.
after releasing the payment, to whom he is going to issue the payment? Receiver. So letter of credit receiver. Who is the receiver? Vendor.
And huh. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
in the next step, we are going to discuss the most important feature, which is called derivatives. So
Okay.
as I
Okay.
already told you in my first initial sessions, money market, foreign exchange is not a big deal. It's very simple to
Huh.
understand.
Correct.
But securities, it's a little bit tough, but not tough. But
Huh.
when you come across with the trade finance, compare with securities, it is little bit tough again. So
Huh.
again, if you go to derivatives, it's completely tough, but because
Oh,
in the wording of the derivative is completely different.
oh, okay, okay,
Say, for example, right now you are using buy, purchase. So like this, you are using some words. So if you
okay.
purchase anything, neither you can say buy or purchase. But in
Huh.
derivatives, we are not using these words. We are using that put, put, put. And when
Oh,
you are selling, we call it as call. So like
oh,
this,
okay.
the terminology is so important in derivatives. Okay.
Oh, okay. And one more thing, in commodity, we while doing before doing the end user transaction, we have to create the counterparty or issuer business partners, right?
Yes, in that case also it is required.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Uh,
So
then,
that is the reason I told you very clearly. If you want to follow with me, whenever you do the regular practice, then only it is easy to understand. Because in the initial classes, when I was explaining the finance applications such as GL, AR, business partner, money market,
uh,
foreign exchange, up to this, everyone can understand.
correct.
But if you do not do the practice for money market and foreign exchange, then securities is not possible. If the securities
Huh,
is not possible, then trade finance is not possible. So if you do not
right,
practice with material management, there is no concept of trade finance. So that
huh,
means every class has a link with each other.
right, right, right.
One fine
Um,
day, if you want to do all the practice, it's not possible in treasury and risk management.
oh, okay, okay. Actually, I'm aligned with you, and I'm doing practice every day. Till yesterday's class, I have
Say,
practiced.
say for example, this week I explained about trade finance, configuration and trade finance. And also
Huh,
I'm going to explain about derivatives. So previously you did not done the practice with securities. You
huh,
plan
huh.
that on weekend, but it is not
Okay,
possible.
right,
In
right.
this case, it is not possible.
Possible, right? Okay, okay. And I had sent mail that while doing the practicing for that security, that issuer ID creation FWZ is it. I tried multiple times. I could not
No,
due to error message. I was not able to create it.
I will check it today because
Oh,
yesterday,
okay.
yesterday, so because of the holiday,
Ah,
I'm busy.
oh, okay, okay.
Today I will check the issues.
All right, all right. And regarding MM side, till yesterday until purchase order we created, but
Only
even though
purchase
we
order.
created, even though
Up to
we
purchase
create
order
GL,
only.
okay, okay. Even though we had created GL accounts and all, we did not do any transactions or something. But
For any product, we did not done any end user transactions.
oh,
In the
oh, okay,
MM, you created a purchase order.
oh, okay. So while doing the end user activities, do we do any MM transactions?
No, why not? We don't require because already you created a purchase order.
Oh, okay. We don't need a. Okay, okay.
Nothing is required from MM because
Oh,
purchase
okay.
order is the end point.
Oh, okay. All right, all right. Okay. So I